Experimental Operation Demonstration of Fluorescent RAA Detection for 2019 nCoV. What you need: extracted nucleic acid sample, 2019 nCoV nucleic acid detection kit, isothermal oscillation mixer, RAA B6100, isothermal nucleic acid amplification detector, RAA F1610, centrifuge tube rack, PCR tube rack, 1 to 10 microliter pipette, 5 to 50 microliter pipette, pipette tips, waste bin, marker pen. Nucleic acid detection kit provides buffer IV, magnesium acetate, positive quality control, negative quality control, reaction unit. We strongly recommend that you read our instructions carefully beforehand and carry out each step at the designated areas, which preferably are adjacent to each other. The kit should be taken out from the -20°C refrigerator in advance before use and let thaw at room temperature. Before you begin the experiment, you will first turn on B6100 and F1620 for preheating. Open the software on the desktop. Select the serial port number corresponding to the instrument and connect the communication. Confirm the reaction temperature is 39°C. The reaction time is 10 minutes. In the reagent preparation area, you need to remove the reagent strips wrapped by aluminum foil from the kit and take out the reaction units required by the experiment after carefully tearing up the packaging, which are placed on the PCR tube rack to facilitate lid opening operation. The number of the reaction units should be 2 more than the number of your test samples. And for these additional 2, one is for positive control reaction, while another is for the negative control reaction. Mark on each lid of the reaction units with the marker pen, and take out the other components from the box, which are then transferred all together to the sample preparation area. Note, the positive quality control should be spun down to the bottom of the tube before opening the lid. The remaining reaction units should be resealed with the aluminum foil self-sealing bag and restored at -20°C. In the biological safety cabinet of the sample preparation area, open all reaction unit tube lids and add 42.5 microliters of the buffer IV into each reaction unit tube. Then add 2.5 microliter magnesium acetate in the lid of the reaction unit. Please note it is in the lid but not inside the tube yet. Add 5 microliters of the negative quality control into the negative control tube. Add 5 microliters of the nucleic acid sample into the experimental tubes. Add 5 microliters of the positive quality control into the positive control tube. The samples are added in the following sequential orders. Number 1, negative quality control. Number 2, nucleic acid to be tested. And then number 3, positive quality control. To avoid cross-contamination, please make sure that the cap is closed down immediately after a sample has been added. Note, once the freeze-dried powder is resuspended, adding samples should be immediately followed. It is not allowed to be placed for a long time. The whole sample adding procedure should be completed as soon as possible. Following the addition of the samples, including the controls, all the reaction units are then transferred to the amplification detection area and symmetrically placed in B6100. which is to ensure the complete resuspension of all the components in the reactions. Press and hold the pre-treatment key for pre-treatment of tubes, after oscillating and mixing for the first time. 7 minutes countdown will display on the screen of B6100. When the countdown ends, the instrument will automatically conduct second oscillation and centrifuging. The instrument will ring when running ends. Take out all the tubes. All the tubes from the B6100 above are then placed in the F1620. Click Run icon to initiate the amplification. Real-time amplification curves are shown in the video. Amplification results can be observed in 10 minutes. After the end of the run, set the slope parameter at 20. Check the slope box and the software will display the analysis results on the left side. When the analysis is completed, all the reaction tubes should be removed, with all the lid closed, and are put into the plastic bag, which are considered the hazardous materials and should be dealt with cautiously. Warning: precautions should be taken into account during the whole process. Number 1, pipetting in with its first gear and pipetting out with its second gear are strongly recommended. And after releasing, repeated pipetting up and down of mixing up the solutions should be avoided. Number 2, before the positive quality control and nucleic acid samples are added, all other liquid components should be spun down to the bottom of the tube to avoid aerosol pollution. Number 3, add each sample with a fresh and clean tip. Contact of the tip to anything should be avoided. Number 4, after the left hand touching the sample, it is forbidden to touch the reaction unit again. After adding the sample, cover the reaction unit tube with the right hand. The pipette in the right hand does not need to be put down. Number 5, the tips for disposal are required to be completely soaked in the disinfectant of the chlorine dioxide solution, or hypochlorous acid, which is to prevent aerosol pollution.